Hey, I'm Darrell Ambrose from Penguin Solutions. We're here in front of our booth. Today we've just announced our latest release of our OriginAI, which is our AI factory solution.
Is it Penguin because Linux?
Yes, that's where it came from, exactly, yeah. We have a strong Linux heritage.
And so you do a bunch of hardware.
Yeah. So our OriginAI is our AI factory solution. It's our predefined architecture that allows you to quickly define AI training and inference at scale. And this week we just announced that we've updated it for the Blackwell B300, the latest NVIDIA processor. So the highest performance available.
All right. So I see here it says OriginAI infrastructure.
Yeah, so this kind of introduces the overall architecture. So it basically incorporates your compute, your storage, your networking, and then we build that all together into a rack level solution integrated in our factory for you, so that when you get on site, you can deploy it quickly and get to value that much quicker than putting it together yourself. And then it also incorporates our ICE ClusterWare software solution to manage the overall solution.
Nice. Just after this, I'll do a video with your colleague about the ICE ClusterWare. So that's the software solution.
Yes.
But you do hardware.
Correct.
Linux hardware.
So it's high performance computing. So it's GPU accelerated compute, the latest NVIDIA stack here. Yeah. We also offer AMD's MI355. We built in the hardware. The actual servers come from our solutions like Dell. We also have our own Penguin branded hardware. At the storage layer, we recognize that people want a different variety of choice storage. So we partner with VDURA, DDN, VAST, and Pure in the software space, storage space. And then for networking, a lot of these are deployed with InfiniBand networks, but we also support Ethernet networking for storage capabilities. And then, on top of all that, we put our two things really, our ClusterWare software for management, but we also wrap it in a set of professional and managed services to take the complexity out of managing the solution for the customers and to get them quickly up and running.
So does the hardware look like what you?
If you not too much.
Yeah.
Does it look like like this? The hardware you're talking about?
No, we don't really physically have the NVIDIA. So this is actually a little bit different. This is a next silicon-based design that we've done for high-performance computing. So this is something that we've deployed with Sandia National Labs. It's a next silicon, a new innovative processor technology.
Is it ARM SoC?
No, it's Next Silicon's own design. So they're a Israeli startup that are pursuing this technology, and we've built the overall server solution around that. Then, so it's a very high performance, liquid cooled, open compute platform system.
And so when you design the hardware, here, for example, on your video, I see it looks like a supercomputer. You work on supercomputer projects, like in Korea, I see?
Yeah, so that's an example. The Korea deployment that we've done with SK Telecom, that would be an example of our OriginAI deployed at scale. I don't know if we've got a good visual here for it or not, but it's effectively multiple racks of equipment interconnected. So,
all right.
If you want to wait, you may get something on the video. I'm not sure.
Because was trying to ask is so when you design software and hardware tightly together, you get the best performance.
You get a better performance, and you get a more manageable, easy to deploy system as well. So what our software does is it takes the complexity out of managing such a large-scale system for you.
So there we see state-of-the-art sovereign AI cluster.
Yeah, so this is an example of our OriginAI architecture that we deployed, in Korea. And one of the things that was notable about this is that we got the whole solution deployed within 6 weeks of time. So it was a very quick deployment compared to the normal time it would take to stand up something of this complexity. And part of that is that predefined set of architectures that are pre-proven and can be rolled in pretty quickly.
Hi, my name is Matt. I work with Penguin Solutions. I'm a senior software engineer on the ClusterWare cluster management software.
So what is the OriginAI?
That's our, it's over there, that's that part. It's our kind of, how would you explain it? We can essentially build an AI and cluster for you to do training and machine learning and stuff like that. It's kind of the hardware side, and the ClusterWare is kind of the software side of it. So if you want to think, I don't know if Kevin can talk about more OriginAI, but yeah. So we can essentially plan, architecture, design, and build a cluster for you.
What do we see here?
This is a ClusterWare management console. So here we have 250 nodes that ClusterWare is managing. So these are all nodes that you would run jobs on. For example, you could run Swarm jobs on them to do AI or any kind of workload. And so ClusterWare can manage those. It can talk to their BMCs, power up, power down. It can boot them over PCIe. It can modify the images on those nodes. The idea is that if you have a bunch of bare metal hardware, it's like on-prem, and you want to start up a cluster as fast as possible, you can install ClusterWare on a couple of head nodes, and you can get a ClusterWare up and running in about 5 minutes. You create an image from like an ISO file or distribution, and then you just boot all the nodes, they download the image, they init ramfs the kernel, and then they're running, and then you have a cluster going. And now you can install Swarm on it, start scheduling jobs. And during that time, when you're actually running the cluster, there's a lot of health management, health checks, auto remediation stuff to keep the cluster running while it's already going. And so ClusterWare helps support that as well. You can use ClusterWare to, for example, this is just a standard Grafana dashboard to monitor all of the, this is like say node 157. So the agents on the nodes will collect all this information and send it over to the head node so you can monitor the telemetry of it. And we also have auto remediation features. So one of the most challenging aspects of running a cluster isn't just setting it up and building it, but once the cluster is big enough to keep it running, because you have ECC, you have memory failures, you have NIC network card failures, you have GPU failures, memory failures that are very common. And being able to essentially remediate these problems is very, very important to maintaining a high uptime. And so Penguin Solutions in now ClusterWare, we have auto remediation where it'll automatically monitor all of these nodes. It'll detect various types of failures that fall into different kind of classifications. And you can set auto remediation policies for how to address and how to automatically solve those types of failures. And so the idea is that when you have a ClusterWare can automatically detect all these errors that happen, and then either, let's say, reboot a node, automatically create a ticket for somebody to go in there and swap a GPU if that's what has to be done, and essentially allow you to get the highest possible uptime for your clusters, getting the most value out of the machines and devices that you have. So that's our latest auto remediation functionality.
How can it detect errors? Is it scanning the whole thing or just parts? And this is the red parts in the...
Yeah, so these nodes right now are just offline. We could start them back up. It's kind of to show you a difference between. So we have a total of 300 nodes in the system. And so about 50 of them at the end here are offline right now. You can go into ClusterWare and you can turn them back on. So for example, this is in ClusterWare and I could go CW node CTL -IN, what would it be, 251-299. And then power on. And now ClusterWare is going to communicate with the BMCs over IPMI or Redfish, we support both, and it will turn those, power those nodes on. And when they power on, they'll get an IP address from DHCP, which is managed by ClusterWare, and then ClusterWare will serve it the kernel, the init ramfs, and the images to download. And ClusterWare handles a lot of stuff in the background. So for example, if you were to boot up a few hundred nodes at the same time and they were to try to start downloading and network booting the image, that's kind of a stampeding herd problem where it might overload the actual head nodes to be able to, because some of these images are 10, 20 gigabytes big. And so what ClusterWare will actually do is it'll actually do chain booting, where it will serve the images to some nodes, and before those nodes extract those images, they'll actually serve those images to other nodes that are booting up, and so it kind of fans out. And in this way, we don't overload the head nodes with the images that you're downloading, and this helps you bring up a large cluster up faster. Whereas otherwise, if you just try to do it in a different way, it would overload and some of them would time out and stuff like that. So it's stuff like that under the hood that maybe you don't think about when you're first building a cluster, but ClusterWare takes care of all of those little details for you, so it makes it very easy to get a ClusterWare up and running.
So in the whole world of AI and supercomputers, it's a lot to do with clusters and doing a bunch of stuff in parallel on the clusters.
Yes.
Now they turn to yellow.
Yeah, so the yellow status means that these nodes that we've powered on have contacted the head nodes, they've gotten an IP address, and they're now downloading the file system, and they're unpacking it to memory. And for example, this node right here, before it actually unpacks it to memory, it might actually be serving that same image to this node right here, so that this node doesn't have to download it from the head node. And so this is the final one. And so it's almost like a peer-to-peer thing.
Is it peer-to-peer?
It's kind of like a peer-to-peer thing, but it's technically not.
And
but
then
it's a similar idea.
Is this the whole Linux software that runs the whole node? Or is this part of it management part?
So, well, Well, so the Linux component is we run on like CentOS or now Rocky or Red Hat type, and we support Ubuntu and other ones. And then you install ClusterWare as a bunch of packages on top of that. And so you would have like one head node that has ClusterWare software running on it, and then all the other nodes would be the compute nodes that you have.
And it says here, power on succeeded.
Yeah, so that's for these nodes.
But they're still yellow.
Because they're still booting up. It might take a little bit of time. It means it downloaded the image, but at some point, once they finish booting and initializing, they're going to start reporting their status information and telemetry to ClusterWare, and then they should turn green after that. Yeah.
Don't get fooled by fake HDMI products. Only source authentic HDMI products from licensed HDMI adopters and authorized manufacturers and
resellers to ensure compliance. Counterfeit or unlicensed products can cause poor performance.
Certified HDMI products undergo official testing for safety and spec compliance.
Avoid brand damage, warranty issues, and customer dissatisfaction from unlicensed products.
Long-term cost savings come from reliable, genuine HDMI solutions.
Unlicensed products may lack support and pose safety risks.
Use certified HDMI cables with official HDMI certification labels.
Report suspected counterfeit products at hdmi.org/resource/infringe.
Thanks to our global partners for helping keep the HDMI brand real and ensuring consumers get the experience they deserve.